Hello, thanks for joining me today on my channel, and this is Discovering My Fitness. This is my first video, and it's going to be kind of my transformation. So, there's so many different weight loss videos, websites, apps, everything out there is trying to tell you how they can get you to lose weight, and they're all wanting you to sign up so they can get your money. So I have no idea which one to follow, especially in my 50s. So I'm going to start my own channel, and rather than selling you something, I'm going to just say, hey, follow along, see how I do. I'll let you know what I'm doing and let you know if it's working. I keep hearing, once you start working out, you're going to get more energy. That didn't happen. If you work out consistently, they say it'll become a habit. That didn't happen. Now, I don't want to create excuses for why I haven't been successful or why it hasn't worked, but here's the thing. Every time somebody's telling you something, they're trying to sell you something. They want you to think that their way is perfect and they're going to help you and give you success when, in fact, they don't really know how to follow through because you're an individual. You need to do your own thing. So why would you watch mine? Well, I'm not selling you anything. I'm not going to tell you what's going to work for you. I'm going to show you what works for me. And then you could take and adapt it however you want to do it, or not do it. Just follow along and watch me fall on my face a few times. I mean, that's probably going to happen because success doesn't happen just because, you turn the lights on. You got to get out of bed and get moving and actually make something happen. So that's where I'm at, and that's what I'm going to do. So I hope you'll follow along and see what happens. So I'm 54 this summer, and by the time I turn 60, I want to have some transformation. I've been saying this for a while, and I've done different things, and I've had legitimate excuses that have stopped me or slowed me down, just like everybody does. But I've realized part of the problem is when I do get going, I push too hard, so I hurt myself, or I have something else going on that needs to be prioritized. So essentially, I'm putting this as priority, and it's going to be right up there with, having a roof over my head and keeping myself alive kind of thing. So it's right up there because I think I'm at the point now where it's either do it or lose it, right? So, and I've lost a lot, so it is definitely use it or lose it kind of time. And I see people my age out doing a lot of activities that I want to be doing, and now that my health is returned and I've been able to make some positive steps, I want to take this to the next level. So that is what the focus is. I have a 3-part goal over the next 6 years. The first part is obviously the weight loss and getting myself more mobile, more active. The second part is to gain strength, which is going to overlap with the mobility, but I need to do quite a bit of things to kind of get myself more mobile so that I can start the strength training, because in the past I've hurt myself with strength training, and I need to get my body in the kind of shape that can do that strength training. And then the third part is I want to be physically, visibly stronger. So I want to not necessarily bodybuild, but I want to be strength training to the point where I have visible muscle. I don't want people looking at me and go, hey, there's a fat guy anymore. I want them to look at them and go, oh, I wonder what that guy does to work out. And not that I'm trying to impress other people, but that's what I want. I want to look stronger, healthier, and be able to do more things. And that's all part of it. And how people treat you and look at you is affected by how you look, and that's just the way our world is. So I don't want the other one anymore. I've had enough of it. I want to go back to being in shape and show that. So the first part of my 3-part transformation is, of course, losing weight, like I said, but I've already lost 25 pounds, and I'm at 310 pounds right now. And so I lost some weight, and then I ended up moving a couple times, and of course one of those things that got in the way. But I'm 310 pounds, and I want to get down to 180 And so at 180 pounds, that's 130 pound loss. Now they say not to lose more than 2 pounds a week, but that comes out to about a year and 3 months. So in my 6-year span of trying to get that full transformation, that's actually a pretty good amount of time, I think. A year and 3 months to get myself below 200 pounds, specifically 180 pounds, which shouldn't really be outside the realm of possible, because when I was younger, I was 155, I think. And that was when I was training. So I was in good shape. So I didn't have a lot of upper body muscle mass. So obviously if I get to 180 and then I start lifting weights more and increasing that side of it, I may not hit 180, but just to give myself a ballpark where I'd like to be. And if I start the weight training, strength training before then, I'm definitely gonna have trouble hitting the 180, I think, when I get there a year from now. Now it depends on how quickly I lose weight, how fast I can do the weight training side of it and strength training, but the first part is definitely lose the weight. So the first step of my transformation is losing weight, and right now I'm 310 pounds. I have lost 25 pounds from where I originally started, and I was doing really well, but then life happened and I got off track. Now, what's going to happen though is I'm going to increase my walking. So the reason I want to do walking is I want to travel more, and when I go to places I want to sightsee, and I want to be able to have the physical capabilities to get around without, basically dying every time I go for a short walk. And so it's kind of a two-purpose thing, and I'm going to increase my steps weekly and monthly to get myself to a point where I can walk for an extended period of time. Hopefully it strengthens my body, but mostly to lose weight. I'm going to also be biking. So biking will be kind of intermittent, but added on as I go, and I will have some core exercises I'm doing to help strengthen my core areas, so that when I get into the more physical side for the strength training, that I have a core strength that will support that. Now, I do have some back issues, and I find when I'm doing my core exercise, of course, is better, so that's an obvious thing. But definitely want to work at the weight loss as my initial steps to get me in a place where doing other exercises does not drain my energy so much, and I'm more physically capable of doing that. So first is weight loss, and I'd like to get to 180 pounds, or definitely over 200 when I'm in this process. So stage 2, which is going to overlap with stage 1, is going to be my strength training. So like I said, I'm going to be doing some core strength initially with my endurance or my walking, my weight loss side of it. But I want to be able to do things like, I want to be able to do pull-ups. I haven't done a pull-up for so long. I'm pretty sure if I tried right now, my arms would actually pull right out of the sockets, but that's a different story. But I wanted the strength to do physical things like that. Maybe do a one-legged squat, or things that I wouldn't even attempt right now because I'm too heavy and I have no strength to do it. So I want to have the strength to do it, but also the weight loss would help me be able to maneuver my own body, so I'll be able to go out and do things. Like, I want to try and surf. I've never surfed before. I thought that might be cool. I may want to go skiing again sometime. Not that it's a huge thing on my list, but I love going to the mountains, seeing things out. I have skied, I've enjoyed it, but I'd like to be able to do stuff like that. And if I have the strength component added to my body, I'm going to be able to do some physical activities that I haven't done in the past, and maybe can try new things. So that's it. Strength training, definitely a component to add on. Whereas the weight loss might take me a little over a year to hit my target. I think the strength training, once I start focusing in on that more specifically, I figure 3 to 6 months for me to start getting strength that I need, because during my weight loss, I am going to be adding some strength components to the weight loss regimen. So the final stage is the bodybuilding. Now, not necessarily Arnold Schwarzenegger type bodybuilding, but bodybuilding in the sense that I put my body in a form or shape, transform it into something that is visibly noticeable as far as having some muscle structure. So yes, the closer I can get to having really good definition, the better, but it's not necessarily a primary focus to compete or necessary to be in that. But I like people to notice that I put a fair bit of effort into achieving that. Not that the other people matter, because they shouldn't matter, but people do look at you and judge you, and I just like to be in that position myself where I'm visibly noticeable as far as the effort I'm putting into training, because I know people judge me based on how I look now, and some people I don't necessarily think try to judge you, whereas other people definitely are judging you. And it'd be nice to be on the other side of that, just for my own self. And I know it does affect how I think about myself and how I feel. So it's not going to be my main focus, but it is something I've always wanted to achieve, and I'm hoping to hopefully have that as the final stage, and I will figure the transformation is complete if I'm able to get to that point. So I have no idea if this whole plan of mine is going to work. Like I said, something that's going to happen over 6 years, and it's going to take me a year and a half to lose the weight that I want to lose. Well, maybe even more. I have no idea if I can stick to it or whatever, but we're going to give it a go. And I think that walking is going to be the key. If I can get myself walking more. Now, I have been increasing my exercise over the last 6 months to a year, where I feel like I can actually make a stab at this. So yeah, let's see what'll happen. All right, so that's it. Hope you follow along and participate, leave comments, tell me how you've lost weight or things that have worked or haven't worked in the comments below. And we'll see where it goes, and I'll be kind of keeping track of it, so that if you feel like you like what I'm doing, you can do it yourself, and if you don't, you can try something else. Let everybody know what you're doing. All right, see you next time.